Hello everyone, and thanks for stopping by to Scrap and Craft with Terry. Today we're going to do an envelope project. I really didn't know what to call it. I'm just going to make pockets out of it, and we're going to have tags in it. So that's what we're doing today. So we're going to go ahead and get started. If you like my video, I ask that you give me a thumbs up and check out my other videos. So this envelope is... it's just one of the large junk mail envelopes. It's about 9 1/4 by about 4 3/16. So the end of it was cut open. So I already started gluing some of this down. I don't want to glue too far into the top of it because I want to use the inside of the envelope for my pockets. I just want to finish gluing these flaps down. Now I'm going to cover both sides of the envelope. The windows don't matter because we're not going to use them, but like I say, I'm going to cover both sides of the envelope because I don't know, this could be glued in to your journal, or it could be like a standalone where you could put it in a pocket. I think I want this part on top. So, not knowing for sure, I think it'll just be easier to go ahead and glue it in. And we don't have to worry about it, right? This art glitter glue definitely runs out of this this tip on this bottle. Let me see, this is the end that was cut open, but both ends are going to be cut open, so it doesn't matter. I just want to try to cut it off straight. Hopefully that's straight. So how's everyone doing? Hopefully everyone is doing good. Getting a lot of crafting done. I can't say I'm getting a lot of crafting done. I have to make sure I don't cut into my envelope while I'm trimming this out. Otherwise, I'll have to go along and glue it shut. This envelope's kind of wrinkly. Wrinkly and crinkly. So we'll just go ahead and glue this one down. I'm not even pushing on this bottle, but this glue is definitely flowing. Let me see. I think I want this up top. And it probably won't even matter which end is the top. Just depends on how I fold it. I chose to just cover both sides in the same paper, simply because I like the paper and I didn't want to do too many different kinds of papers on it. Oh, I tore the paper. Oh dear, that was pretty wet right there. Well, we'll have to see if we can fix that. That's very wet right there. Use a little of my Fabri-Tac. I don't think I ever tore the paper before just flattening it down. They say there's a first time for everything. Okay, so I just cut a little piece of this paper and put there, and I think a pocket is going to cover that up, so we'll just move ahead and see how it works. Now, definitely art glitter glue, if you use too much of it, will wrinkle your paper. I should have used my Fabri-Tac for the big surface. Now I think to cut my edges straight so I know they're straight, I'm just going to use this just to cut them. Just to cut a little tiny bit off. And then I'm going to ink around the outside edges, so if there's any white showing, which is possible, and I have to check my edges to make sure I have everything glued down good. So I'll just finish my edges off with my Fabri-Tac. I know I'm off the camera. Don't want to get too close and cut into my envelope, because that wouldn't be good. That would be a mess. I think we'll let that go, and I will just ink around it. Now I like the oranges that's in this paper, so I'm doing my edges with orange. I just think it goes good with the paper. I have another little smudge right there too, but it's going to be inside of a pocket, so when it dries it will be good. And then I'll just do the back side. I don't know, this envelope is pretty wet. I might have to let it sit and dry for a couple minutes before I try to fold it. Okay, so I gave it just a few minutes to dry down a little bit, and then I worked with it and folded it up. So I only folded this part. I didn't fold it completely in half. I folded this up about, well, it's about 4 1/16, so just over 4 inches. Because I wanted a little space between these two parts right here, and then this little patch that I put on is going to be covered by a pocket. So now I want to, let me see, I want to cut thumb notches in these pockets. And I know I keep pausing the video, but let me see. So we'll just say, so it's about almost 4 1/4, so we'll say about 2 1/8. I'm going to try to get them about in the center. It's not going to be perfect, but it'll be close enough. And this might be a little thick, but you want to keep in mind that I don't think I'm going to be able to punch them together. Well, let me do the front one. Anyway, keep in mind that it doesn't have to be perfect. If I can't get this in here, I'll have to just cut it. So I think we'll just cut it, because that is pretty kind of thick. And then I can just use that as a little pattern, maybe. Maybe I can make an indent and then I can cut it. That one almost cut through. Hopefully I'm staying on the camera, and I probably am not. So that looks pretty even. So we're going to go with that. Okay, now let me just ink these up a little bit. Now, if you don't like the inside of the envelope showing, you could always add a piece of paper in there or just ink inside of it. When your tag is in there, you're not really going to see the inside of the envelope. And I don't really worry about that. Okay, so now we're going to start adding our pockets. So I'm going to start with this pocket right here. And that envelope that I used was really very crinkly. But once we have our stuff on it, it will be pretty. All right, so this pocket here, and I have to cut my edges and everything, is almost 4 inches wide by 4 1/8 long. And it's going to sit right in here, and I'm just going to run it up to the top of this little piece that I had to put in there. Okay. So when this folds up, you're going to see this pocket. So I'm just going to cut my angles. No, wait a minute. This is my pocket. I don't want to cut no angles in it. What am I doing? This is my pocket. I want to cut my thumb notch. Good thing I didn't cut it. So I think I'm going to line this up, make it look as even as I can, and then I can just draw right around there and cut it right out. Then I don't even have to use this. Have to make for sure that I don't think this is the right pocket. I think this is my pocket. Yes, this is my pocket because it's a little tiny bit bigger. This is the... I'm going to have to cut this one down because this is going to be a pocket out here. I started out with one envelope, which is why I'm getting kind of confused. And the sides were glued like clear back into here, so I wouldn't be able to cut these out, which made that a little tiny bit longer than this envelope. So I had to stop my video and scrounge around for another envelope that I thought was about the right size. And everything, so everything was actually made to fit that other envelope. So I'll probably just have to do a little alternating on this one. Okay, so this pocket comes up from the bottom and down from the top. So I'm going to glue 3 sides, and I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac. I don't want to add a whole bunch more moisture and glue to this envelope. So I probably better cover up my other glue. So see, when we do these videos, especially me, I know, we still make mistakes. Nobody's perfect. And you don't have to be. Crafting is supposed to be fun. Okay. So there's that envelope. And then we're going to have a tag in here. And then this little envelope is going to go right down on the bottom. And I'm not going to cut a thumb notch in this one. So then we're going to have a little small pocket down here. So we're going to have a bigger tag up here. We're going to have a few little small tags down here. Now down here on the bottom, I want to put a little notepad, and I'm going to have to cut my paper a little bit shorter because let's see, I don't really want to try to refold this, so I'm just going to cut my paper pad a little shorter. So let's see, I think I'll cut about this much off, so I'll be right back. Okay, love my large guillotine. So this is going to sit here, and then I didn't want to glue it in, so I just cut a piece of this lightweight cardstock, glued a piece of this paper on, and I just want to measure to see where I want it. Probably down in here somewhere. So, no, maybe up a little farther. I'm going to just have it slide over this little belly band. And all I did was staple my paper and the cardstock to the back of it. So I just want it to slide over that. So just make a mark there and a mark there. And I'm only going to glue the two edges, these two sides. I was hoping that I didn't have to cut anything down, but I guess I did. Okay. Oops. So this will make it so when your paper runs out, you can put more in. And I think there's like 12 little sheets of paper on here. And then when this folds up, it lays down nice and flat. And when it folds down, you have your paper pad. So you can jot little notes, and you can also stick that in your pockets or whatever you choose. So now on the front, let me go ahead and cut this out, as long as I already have it marked. And I can trim my pocket, which means I'll have to trim my tag down for this one. And then we'll just ink this up. So I just want it, doesn't have to be down too far. So I think we'll just cut it off right about here. And I think that'll be good. and that'll work. Didn't mean to get the ink on there. So now I'm just going to glue the 3 sides. And I just wanted a little bit of a border around it. And we're going to have a pocket in here and a pocket in here. So that's 2 pockets, 3 pockets, 4 pockets, 5 pockets. Okay, now we can work on our tags. I think yeah, that one goes there. I want to round all of my corners. So I'm going to round all of my corners and just cut my angles, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so all I did was I just used this little thing that I made for my angles, cut my corners with that, and just rounded all of my bottoms. Now I have tabs to put on top. Let me see which ones I want where. And I already inked all of this stuff. So all I have to do is glue them on. Let me see, I think we'll put 15 cents on this one. And I just cut this out of this paper that I made the pockets out of. So it was left over. That one. Now this one has to go on the back because that would be upside down. So we can put that on this one. And our last one. And the designs on the paper from what I used for the pockets is one of them multi-directional papers. So you can make your designs go every which way. Okay. me see. I shouldn't have marked on this. Make sure I didn't. Yep, and I marked on this one. Oh, I shouldn't have marked on any of these. I don't know why I did that. Okay. So now, this one is our longest one, so it goes in this pocket back here. Let me turn it sideways so I know you can see what I'm doing. And I did my tags on just a little bit heavier printer paper. Okay, so it can go in until our tab sticks up. And then this one, I think, goes in here. I think. Now I think this has to be trimmed. Now this one goes in here because these are wider. That's cool. Our 15-cent tab will be right in front. Okay, now I want to trim the bottom of this one off just a little tiny bit, because I only want my tab to stick up. So let's see, we'll just trim it off around in here somewhere. And then I'll just round my corners again and ink. Let's try that. Okay, that's better. So that goes down so my tab fits in it. And this envelope is really very, very crinkly. I might not have chose such a good envelope, but it's good enough, huh? For now anyway. And then this one, I think, goes in here. And the tab will just stick up a little bit, and we'll see if this one needs trimmed. Yep, a little tiny bit. Wasn't planning on this video being this long, but you never know when you're gonna run into a mess, right? Guess I wasn't as prepared as what I thought I was. Well, I still, after the video, I think I still might trim this one off a little bit more, because I want it to just, well, I can't wait until the video's over. We'll just trim it off a little bit more. Not unheard of to have to trim more than once. See if that's better. I think that should be better. let's try this again. There we go. That's what I wanted. So I have all of my tabs going like they're supposed to. Yes, that looks nice. I like that. Okay, now for this little pocket in here, I had leftovers from this paper. So we might as well not throw them away, right? I had leftovers from the tags. So these little papers can be journaled on. So there's 3 of them. So we have 5 little tags in this pocket. Now, to hold this shut, I had a couple of ideas running through my head. Did I want to just clip it, or did I want to try something different? So hang on. Okay, everyone. So that took a minute to figure out, but what I did was I put, and I have to be careful with this because this one's still a little wet. I put a brad through here in the top tag, and then I can go back and cover that up. That's not a problem. And then in the front of this pocket, I put the little hole reinforcer with the brad on it. The brad is sandwiched between 2 of these reinforcers, and then I'm just using the orange and white baker's twine. So on the end, I tied this pretty little heart, and I glued my baker's twine so I wouldn't have to worry about it coming undone. And I figured, you know, just wrap it around once, come down, wrap it around, and we have a closure. So that is my video for today. And if this is floating, then this is finished on the back. You could always put a pocket back here if you wanted to. So let me know down in the comments what you think. And if you like my video, I just asked you to give me thumbs up. Give me your comments on it, what you thought. So until the next time, everyone, I hope you come back to see me for my next video, and have a wonderful day and happy crafting. Bye for now.